If you watched part 1, you now know why testosterone drops. You know about the 4 mechanisms, you have the 6-step protocol, you know which 5 blood tests to request. But here is what part 1 did not cover: the hidden things that are still pulling your testosterone down, even if you are doing everything in the part 1 protocol correctly. The specific foods that directly support testosterone production and the ones quietly working against it. The advanced supplementation layer beyond zinc and vitamin D. The nervous system connection that most men completely miss, and the 8-week tracking system that tells you whether the protocol is working before you even get another blood test. Part 2 starts now. Welcome to part 2 of testosterone optimization. Advanced protocols and tracking starts now. Here is the connection that ties everything on this channel together, and the reason I always tell men to start with my vagus nerve video before diving into any testosterone protocol. Your nervous system and your testosterone are directly linked. Here is how it works. When your nervous system is stuck in stress mode, your body continuously produces stress hormones. Those stress hormones do 2 damaging things to testosterone simultaneously. First, they steal the raw ingredients that testosterone is built from. We covered this as mechanism 2 in part 1. But what part 1 did not explain is why the theft never stops. It never stops because a nervous system stuck in stress mode never signals the body to stand down. The steal runs 24 hours a day. Second, chronic stress hormone elevation directly suppresses the brain's signal to produce testosterone. The hypothalamus, the part of the brain that kicks off testosterone production, becomes less responsive under sustained stress hormone pressure. Less signal from the brain. Less instruction to produce, less testosterone made. This is why the vagus nerve reset is step 0 of the testosterone protocol. A nervous system that cannot come out of stress mode will work against every other intervention. Step 0 begins with immediate regulation tools. The 4-7-8 breathing technique and cold water face exposure are bottom-up regulators that trigger the diving reflex, signaling your system to shift from fight or flight back to safety. We also use humming or gargling to stimulate the vagus nerve branch in the throat, and daily zone 2 movement, a conversational pace that builds cardiovascular health without spiking the cortisol alarm we're trying to quiet. Remember the 3-gear model: you cannot jump from red, the shutdown phase, straight to green. You must pass through yellow. These tools are the bridge that allows your hormones to finally stabilize and rebuild. I also recommend the physiological sigh, 2 quick inhales through the nose, followed by a long, slow exhale through the mouth. This is the fastest real-time tool to offload carbon dioxide and signal your brain that the immediate threat has passed. Subscribe and hit the bell, and if you have not watched my dedicated vagus nerve reset video, watch that before you implement anything else. That link is in the description. Part 1 covered the 5 main root causes, but there are specific daily inputs that are quietly pulling testosterone down, and most men have no idea they are doing it. Let's cover these hidden killers. 1. Plastics and synthetic chemicals in your environment. Plastics, specifically BPA and phthalates, are xenoestrogens. They mimic estrogen. Elevated estrogen in men tells the brain to produce less testosterone. Switch to glass or stainless steel water bottles. Never heat food in plastic containers. Avoid handling thermal receipts. The coating contains BPA that absorbs directly through the skin. Small changes, significant impact. 2. Alcohol, even moderate amounts. Alcohol directly impairs the cells that produce testosterone. It elevates estrogen by activating the same belly fat conversion process we covered in part 1. And it disrupts deep sleep architecture, the sleep stage where testosterone is made. More than 2 drinks per week produces measurable testosterone suppression in men over 40. Not a popular fact, a documented one. 3. Overtraining without recovery. Training hard is not the problem. Training hard without sufficient recovery is. Intense exercise without adequate rest produces a sustained cortisol elevation. Stack sessions too close together, and you are running chronically elevated cortisol around the clock. 2 rest days per week are not optional. They are where testosterone is rebuilt. 4. Blue light after dark. Blue light suppresses melatonin. Less melatonin means lighter, shallower sleep. Less deep sleep means less testosterone production overnight. Stop all screens 60 minutes before bed. 5. Certain common medications. Statins reduce testosterone because testosterone is made from cholesterol. Opioid pain medications suppress the brain signal. Talk to your doctor before making changes. 6. Endocrine disruptors in your personal care products. Many commercial soaps, shampoos, and colognes contain phthalates and synthetic fragrances that act as xenoestrogens. Switch to fragrance-free or essential oil-based alternatives to reduce your total chemical load. 7. Chronic dehydration. Dehydration elevates cortisol. The target is simple. Half your body weight in ounces of water daily. Most men drinking coffee and very little water are chronically mildly dehydrated. Part 1. Covered what not to eat. Part 2 covers what to actively eat. The specific foods with the strongest direct evidence for supporting testosterone production. Let me walk you through both lists. Subscribe and hit the bell. The complete food lists, the advanced supplementation layer, and the 8-week tracking protocol are all coming right now. Starting with the foods that actively support testosterone production. Eggs. Whole eggs. The yolk contains cholesterol, the direct building block. Men who eat whole eggs have higher testosterone. Do not fear the yolk. Oysters. Oysters contain more zinc per serving than any other food. 6 oysters deliver more than the full daily dose. Alternatives: canned sardines, pumpkin seeds, and grass-fed beef. Pomegranate. Men drinking pomegranate juice daily for 2 weeks experienced a 24% increase in testosterone. It reduces cortisol and inhibits the enzyme that converts testosterone to estrogen. Ginger. Ginger supplementation produced a 17% increase in testosterone. Ginger stimulates the production of LH, the pituitary signal. 1 to 2 grams of fresh ginger daily. Fatty fish, salmon, sardines, mackerel. Omega-3 fats directly reduce the systemic inflammation that suppresses testosterone. They also support LH production, 3 to 4 servings weekly. Beyond what you eat is how you eat. I teach metabolic sequencing. Eat your fiber and vegetables first, followed by protein, and save your carbohydrates for the end of the meal. This order blunts the glucose spike. A protein-first breakfast is essential for stabilizing your blood sugar and cortisol for the rest of the day. When you prevent insulin spikes, you prevent the inflammation that suppresses your Leydig cells. Every bite is an opportunity. We also prioritize micronutrient density. Because of modern farming practices and soil depletion, the food you eat today may have fewer minerals than it did 50 years ago. This is why sourcing matters. Organic and grass-fed are not just buzzwords. They are clinical choices for hormonal health. Now, the foods working against you. Processed soy in large amounts. Soy contains phytoestrogens. Daily soy protein or milk can elevate estrogen activity, especially with high belly fat. Flaxseed in high doses. Flaxseed contains lignans that can increase SHBG, the protein that locks up testosterone. Multiple tablespoons daily can reduce free testosterone over time. Spearmint and peppermint tea. Research has shown that spearmint tea significantly reduces androgen levels. This is relevant for men drinking large amounts of mint tea daily. Part 1 covered zinc and vitamin D. Part 2 covers the advanced layer for men over 40. 𝐇𝐿, also called 𝐖𝐄𝐋𝐋𝐍𝐄𝐒. This is one of the most studied natural testosterone-supporting compounds. Men taking 400 milligrams of standardized 𝐇𝐿 daily experience significant testosterone increases and reductions in cortisol. Look for 2% 𝐸𝐶, 400 milligrams daily with food. Boron. Boron directly reduces SHBG, the protein that locks up testosterone. 10 milligrams daily for 1 week significantly increased free testosterone. The usable fraction. Use boron glycinate. Magnesium. Beyond sleep support, magnesium also directly reduces SHBG and is a required cofactor for testosterone synthesis. Use magnesium glycinate, not oxide, 300 to 400 milligrams daily. Creatine monohydrate. Creatine increases DHT, a potent androgen derived from testosterone that contributes to strength and drive, 5 grams daily. This is one of the most researched supplements for men over 40. Remember from part 1, vitamin D3 must be taken with K2. D3 increases calcium absorption, but K2 ensures that calcium goes to your bones and teeth rather than your arteries. This synergy is critical for long-term cardiovascular and hormonal health. Before I give you the 8-week tracking plan, I want to reframe what you are actually trying to do here. Testosterone optimization is not about getting your number as high as possible. That framing leads men toward interventions that force a number upward without addressing what was suppressing it. What you are actually doing is removing the things that are preventing your body from producing. The goal is not a number on a test. The goal is the energy, the drive, the clarity, the recovery, and the physical function that belong to you. The number follows when the obstacles are removed. Here is the 8-week tracking system. 4 markers. Rate each one from 1 to 10 every single morning. Takes 30 seconds. Write it down. Your weekly average is your real progress indicator. Marker 1, morning energy. How do you feel within the first 30 minutes of waking? Testosterone strongly influences morning energy. It is one of the first markers to shift when production is improving. Marker 2, drive and motivation by mid-morning. Do things feel worth doing? Do you have internal forward momentum? 1 is complete flatness. 10 is genuine engagement with your day. Marker 3, sleep quality, rated in the morning. Not just duration, quality. As deep sleep improves and testosterone production with it, this number will start climbing before anything else does. Marker 4, physical recovery. How sore or fatigued do you feel in the days following exercise? Testosterone is the primary driver of muscle repair. As it rises, recovery accelerates. Faster turnaround between sessions. Weeks 1 and 2. Sleep improves first. Sleep quality scores start rising in week 1. Energy scores follow in week 2. Do not expect drive or motivation to shift yet. Patience is part of the protocol. Weeks 3 and 4. The gut intervention starts to compound. By week 3 to 4, the gut barrier is starting to heal. The inflammation alarm is quieting. Men typically notice less bloating and better digestion. Weeks 5 and 6, drive and motivation begin to return. This is the marker most men are waiting for, and it arrives here, not in week 1. It feels like yourself returning. That is the most consistent report I receive. Weeks 7 and 8, physical recovery accelerates. Body composition starts shifting, belly fat slowly reducing. At 8 weeks, this is the right time for a full blood panel, including the 5 tests from part 1. I want to emphasize the community factor. You are not alone in this journey. Thousands of men are going through this exact protocol. Sharing your progress and challenges with a supportive community can significantly reduce the isolation and stress that hinders recovery. We are in this together. I encourage you to go deeper with somatic tracking. Healing involves changing the internal story you tell yourself while you eat and move. Use a journal to record not just what you ate, but how you felt emotionally during the meal. View your symptoms, like afternoon fatigue or brain fog, as information from your body, not as failure. We use a grace-based approach, consistency over perfection. Every meal is a fresh start to send a healing message to your cells. One final question. When is testosterone replacement therapy actually the right answer? My answer, after 8 weeks of genuine protocol adherence, and testosterone remains clinically low with debilitating symptoms. At that point, TRT becomes a legitimate conversation with your doctor. Before I close, 3 mistakes I see consistently that stole the entire protocol. Mistake 1, starting with supplements instead of sleep. Sleep is where testosterone is made. Fix that first, or nothing else compounds. Mistake 2, choosing HIIT over strength plus zone 2. High-intensity training raises cortisol further in a stressed system. Strength plus comfortable cardio, not maximum intensity. Mistake 3, skipping the gut step. Men consistently want to go straight to the supplements, but the gut inflammation alarm works against every other step simultaneously. Gut repair is the foundation. Everything in part 1 and part 2 is built into the healing blueprint, structured in the exact 8-week sequence, one system at a time, in the right order. The link is in the description. The healing blueprint includes our remove, replace, rebalance, repair framework, somatic healing tools, meal plans, and targeted supplement support to address root causes like bloating, IBS, and hormonal suppression. Watch part 1 of this series if you have not yet. Everything in part 2 builds on that foundation. And watch Tuesday's vagus nerve reset video. That is step 0 of the entire protocol. Both links are right here. Share your experience in the comments. I read each and every one of them. Your story may provide hope to someone else. What message will you send your body today? If you found this video helpful, please subscribe. Every new subscriber helps us reach more people with life-changing health information. Thank you for being part of this community. I'll see you in the next masterclass.